So what happens the day after we create an intelligence that's way, way smarter than us? It sounds like science fiction, right? Well, today we're going to get a rare glimpse into that future through the eyes of two people who are literally building it. We're breaking down a pretty incredible conversation between the titans of AI.
You know, that's how the moderator described it, and honestly, it's not an exaggeration at all. Getting Demis Hassabis and Dario Amodei on stage together, it really is like getting a front row seat to a summit between the architects of our future.
All right, so let's properly meet the two minds at the absolute center of this technological revolution. Okay, on one side, you've got Demis Hassabis. He's the CEO of Google DeepMine, and he comes from a neuroscience background. On the other side is Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, who started out as a physicist. Now, they come from different scientific fields, but they share this one critical identity. At their core, they are researchers. And that perspective, that mindset, it shapes everything they think about AI's future.
Now, these two have a ton of mutual respect, you can really tell. But the very first thing they talked about shows a really critical difference in how they're seeing things, the timeline for AGI.
The big question, the one everyone wants to know, was put to them directly. When are we going to get artificial general intelligence, or AGI? And we're not talking about a chatbot here. We're talking about an AI that can perform at a Nobel Prize-winning level across a whole bunch of different fields. And, well, their answers revealed a pretty fascinating and really important gap.
So, Dario Amodei, he thinks we could be there as soon as 2026 or 2027. I mean, that's just around the corner. He sees all the necessary pieces coming together at this incredible speed. Demis Hassabis, though, is a bit more cautious. He's placing his bet closer to the end of the decade, around 2030. He thinks there are still some really fundamental breakthroughs we need, and those are just going to take more time.
So why the different timelines? What's really driving this debate? It all boils down to this one idea: the self-improvement loop. Now, this is the concept that AI will soon get so good at doing AI research that it can start building the next generation of AI all by itself. And that would trigger this insane exponential acceleration. Dario thinks we are right on the edge of that loop closing, while Demis thinks it's still a ways off.
But here's what's so interesting. Despite their different timelines, there's one thing where their visions perfectly, and I mean perfectly, align: the absolutely monumental, world-changing impact that AGI is going to have.
They both paint this just incredible picture of what's possible. They see AI as the ultimate tool for science, a partner that can help us solve humanity's oldest, biggest, most profound problems. We're talking everything from curing diseases like cancer to discovering new forms of clean energy and even, get this, helping us understand the fundamental nature of our universe.
But, and this is a huge but, with that incredible power comes an equally heavy burden of responsibility. And this is a reality that both of these men are intensely focused on. Dario just perfectly frames this moment we're in by quoting the movie Contact. He sees humanity at this critical point, this technological adolescence, where we have to figure out how to manage these incredibly powerful things we're creating without letting them destroy us. I mean, the stakes just couldn't be higher.
And the list of things they worry about together, it's staggering. It's long, it's serious, and it ranges from massive economic disruption and things like bioterrorism all the way to the truly fundamental challenge of how do you control a system that is vastly more intelligent than you are. So, with such high stakes, this incredible upside on one hand, and these grave risks on the other, what did they think is the right way forward? How do we navigate this?
This is so important. Neither of them are doomers. They do not believe that a bad outcome is inevitable. Instead, they see the risks as a series of incredibly difficult engineering and societal challenges that we simply must solve. They argue that getting through this safely is going to require immense focus, tons of collaboration, and, importantly, time.
So looking ahead, the moderator asks this really critical final question. Over the next year, what is the single most important development that all of us should be watching?
And they both had the exact same answer. The one thing to watch is whether that self-improvement loop we talked about really starts to close. Because if AI starts building better AI without us, that single development will determine the pace of everything that comes next. It is the accelerator pedal for the entire future of this technology.
And this brings us to the final, really profound question that they leave us all with. If we actually succeed, if we cure diseases and create a world of abundance, we then face an even bigger challenge: redefining what it even means to be human. In a world without scarcity, what will give our lives purpose? That, they believe, is the ultimate question we need to start asking ourselves right now.